Hey guys, welcome to Managerial. Welcome to another video, and today it's time to discuss another topic, a very scary era for Barcelona, a very, awful times that fortunately I was born during that era, but I didn't actually, remember it because I was so young. But of course I've studied the Barcelona, history, and I've come upon probably the most tragic era in Barcelona history. A place that honestly, it is surprising that we are where we are right now with such a horrific era in our club's history. And it's something that I want to discuss because from people that have told me what happened, from me kind of seeing what happened, the transfers, the results, kind of a little bit how the team played, I can make pretty good conclusions. Again, if you guys want to say for this, I know this is not the most popular thing to do in the channel. I know you guys probably like more other things like player reviews, match reviews, and other things, but I think that this is really important considering how much attack Setien has been getting in the past few hours after the defeat to Valencia. I don't know what people were expecting. We're playing away at Mestalla against Valencia, a Champions League team that is in the round of 16, but I don't know what people expected with only 11 days of Setien being at Barcelona. But I think that this is really important because I'm going to talk about the era Gaspart, the Gaspart era, about probably the darkest days in Barcelona history, 3 seasons of absolute calamity. And when I say absolute calamity, I don't mean just not the fact that we didn't win any titles, is that we almost became AC Milan, like the AC Milan right now, the Manchester United of right now, or probably actually worst, because at least Milan and United have some money to work with. The thing is that we didn't have any money to work with. But without further ado, let's start by talking about what happened before Gaspart came in. Gaspart was the president from the year 2000 and 2003. And he was there for 3 seasons. And I have to say that before that you had Nunez, who of course had Johan Cruyff. We had our most successful, we started the most successful period in our club's history. Then after that, Nunez decided to get rid of Cruyff and bring in Robson and subsequently Luis van Gaal. And it was good. We managed to build a really good team. We brought in some absolutely world-class players, and the thing is that I know that this player that I'm mentioning right now did a lot for the club, or in terms he was really good. He's one of the best players in the history of the sport for sure. But the thing is that if you tell me right now if we would have never signed him, regardless of winning more or less titles, I would have not signed this player at all, and that is Rivaldo. Because I believe, and I know that some people are going to say that Rivaldo was the savior, that he was the best player, that he was carrying this team from utter mediocrity. Well, the thing is that, in my opinion, from what I've seen, Rivaldo was the ignition to seeing the worst Barcelona in history. Because, let me put it this way, we needed to sign a left winger. We had a really good team. Luis van Gaal asked for a left winger, and we brought in Rivaldo. Again, saying Rivaldo is a number 10. Obviously, he was playing for Deportivo as a number 10. He was really good in that position. And we need a left winger. We sent Rivaldo. First of all, the first thing that should be seen in your eyes is we need a left winger, and we signed a number 10. We were able to transform Rivaldo into a left winger. He won the Ballon d'Or that same season as a left winger. So again, repeating, Rivaldo won the Ballon d'Or as a left winger. And I'm going to say it again just so you guys don't forget. Rivaldo won the Ballon d'Or as a left winger. And why do I make emphasis on this? Well, the thing is that I make emphasis on this because after Rivaldo won the Ballon d'Or, he told Luis van Gaal mid-season that he would not play that he would not play as at Barcelona if he wasn't playing down the middle, if he wasn't playing in the central areas. A player that won the Ballon d'Or playing as a left winger, telling the coach mid-season to change what was working already, and of course Van Gaal didn't do that. Rivaldo, well, the team went to the absolute crap in the last season of Van Gaal because previously we won 2 La Liga titles. We were very successful also in the Champions League, like being very competitive. We didn't win them, but we were very competitive. And the thing is that we didn't win a league that it was so easy for us to win. We finished second, but we had so much margin. Like we lost the league losing so many ridiculous games because the team just down tools from that. Of course, having a problem in the dressing room between the coach and the players, like some of the group, it was an absolute disaster. But just letting you know that season, it was Van Gaal out and Núñez out, and it was something very, very, very sad to see because then after that we brought in. Then after that in the presidency was Gaspart, and he brought in with him as the coach Serra Ferrer. And that's the same summer that that Madrid paid the release clause for Figo, about 60 million euros. And again, I'm not saying like Figo is another topic for another video. I know that a lot of Barcelona fans are against Figo, that he left in the way that he did to Madrid especially, and I get it. I'm not gonna touch that point right now, but all I'm gonna say is that Figo, the only reason that he left was one, because of the mistake of his representative, and that because he wasn't getting the treatment that I think he deserved for being so many years at Barcelona and giving such good performances for Barcelona along the years. Because the thing is that we had the money to renew one of the 2 players of the star players of the team, Rivaldo or Figo. Of course, the board went ahead and renewed Rivaldo, not giving Figo came in and saying like, hey, are we going to talk about my contract or anything? We didn't get to that. Florentino Perez was very quick to get into the situation and bringing in Figo. But the thing is that, Luis Van Gaal left Barcelona in that 99-2000 season, but we already had completed 2 signings that were going to come in regardless of what happened. And those were Overmars and Emmanuel Petit, both the Arsenal players. And I'm very clear that Van Gaal did that in mind of kicking out Rivaldo out of the team, because exactly Overmars was a left winger that was exactly the role that Van Gaal wanted. And I'm just going to tell you the team that we had and what we could have had if we would have had Rivaldo out of the team and we would have added like Petit and Overmars especially into the team. We had Gaspart in net, Puyol, De Boer, Abelardo and Sergi at the back, a midfield of Guardiola, Cocu and Luis Enrique, and a forward line of Figo, Rivaldo and Kluivert. That consequently would have been, instead of Guardiola or Luis Enrique, we would have had Petit, and then instead of Rivaldo we would have Overmars. So we have a super team. This is a really amazing team. Again, we have a really amazing team already, and our bench was actually pretty good too. We had the likes of Liedmanen, Xavi, Simao. Like, we have really good players upcoming. And what do we go ahead and do instead? Of course, we get rid of Figo and we keep Rivaldo. We hire Serra Ferrer. We change the lineup. We make Overmars and Emmanuel Petit completely fail at Barcelona. And we go ahead and sign Gerard Lopez, Alfonso Perez, Ivan de la Peña. Like, we go ahead and do some horrific signings with the Figo money. And it consequently means that we finish 4th, because mid-season we had to sack Serra Ferrer and get Carlos Resach, who honestly didn't improve much what we had. And this is with a team that was already a super team, if not the best team in the world, one of the best teams in the world for sure. And we were playing horrible football. Then the season after that, in 2001-2002 season, we had Carlos Resach. He finished his whole season again, finishing 4th. doing some signings like Giovanni Davidson, Fabio Rochenbach, Christian Ball. Really, really like, just like the Milan signings of right now. Like, if you would think, why are you spending that much money on players that are really average? Well, that's pretty much what we were doing. So we had a super team, we had a lot of money to spend, and we not only make the team worse, but we signed also players that were really, really bad. And we kept the team just getting older and older and older and older. Then the season after that, we signed Riquelme and Saviola, and we brought in Luis Van Gaal for that last season of Gaspart, and then the season had to be finished with Almeida and Teach, who actually did pretty well to take us to the Europa League, because we finished 6th that season. We finished 6th, we finished in a Europa League spot. Barcelona, a couple years before, finishing 1st 2 seasons in a row, and we had to fight to go to the Europa League. And that's what happened, because Van Gaal asked Gaspart to, with the little money that we had left, to make some signings. We needed some other things, and Van Gaal, obviously, from his time at Barcelona, wasn't a manager that really liked playing with number 10s. But you know what we went ahead and did? We brought in Riquelme. A clear number 10. Riquelme can say that we didn't treat him right at Barcelona, that Van Gaal had something against him. The thing is, Van Gaal didn't want Riquelme. Riquelme didn't suit Barcelona. We tried to play Riquelme as a number 10, we tried to play him as a left winger, we tried to play him as a striker, we tried to play him everywhere. We couldn't fit him in, the season was a disaster, and that's what happened. And consequently, look at what we ended up. Comparing to what I said before, look at what we ended up with. We ended with Bonano Inet, Reisiger, De Boer, Pujol, Navarro, and defense, a midfield of Gaisca Mendieta, Xavi and Cocu, number 10 Riquelme, and up top Saviola and Justin Kluivert. And all these players that we saw before that were in the team, they've been getting older. And yes, you see names like Mendieta, like Saviola, and you say, oh, we had a pretty decent team, those are pretty good players. Yes, but they didn't suit the system at all. Like, these players didn't suit the system at all. We were playing pretty bad football. And you see from the signings, Gerard Lopez, Alfonso Perez, Giovanni Davidson, Fabio Rochenbach. Like, you see those players, and you might be saying, who are they? Exactly, that's the point. We spend a lot of money on who are they right now, instead of having legends like Cocu, Guardiola, De Boer, Justin Kluivert. We went ahead to signing like very average mid-table players for Barcelona. And the problem is that if you consider that it is wise of spending a lot of money on average players that are really not Barcelona quality, then that is a problem. You build a team that is not supposed to be built, and then after that, it was good that Laporta won the election, because and the good thing is that with Laporta is that he brought Johan Cruyff back to Barcelona, as he assistant successor. Like Laporta had any questions what to do with Barcelona, he has Cruyff, like who should the manager be, who should we bring in here, who should we bring in there, and Johan Cruyff basically rebuilt Barcelona, and that was really good to see. Not thanks to Rosell, because Rosell wanted to bring in as vice president at the time, he wanted to bring in the likes of Scolari as a coach, Luis Fabiano, Baptista. After the likes of Rijkaard wasn't succeeding as well, that we weren't playing that well as the 2007-2008 season, he wanted to bring in Mourinho. Like, it was an absolute disaster. But it was thanks to the likes of Johan Cruyff and Laporta that we were able to get out of the situation. And this is really important to recognize and examine, because the thing is that we are seeing this. We have already an example of things that have been very, very badly done throughout our history. And we have examples like AC Milan, like Inter before, Manchester United. Like, we have examples of teams not building proper projects, of doing things that they're not supposed to do, and look how they turn out. We did it ourselves, and look where we turn out. Is that what we want to do? Because the thing is that if we keep pressuring like this, if we keep just going the wrong direction, we're not long away. Like, a catastrophe like this could happen. Like, we could be a team fighting to get into the Europa League if we don't do things that we're supposed to. And you might say, it's impossible. We have the likes of Suarez, likes of Messi, Piqué, Busquets. Well, look at the time. We had amazing players, and then consequently, we were a team fighting to get into the Europa League. Like, all it takes is for those players to keep getting older, and for us to not just don't hit what we need to do, and we start to do things badly. And it's the reflection that I want to give you. It's something that is you guys can see it. I'm sure that online you'll see the results. You see that we're a team that, although in Europe we were doing, we're still doing pretty average, decent. We're just not the force to be reckoned with. We are not the Barcelona of Johan Cruyff, the Barcelona of Van Gaal. Definitely not the Barcelona of Guardiola, of Rijkaard. And yeah, that was pretty much it for this video about the Gaspart era, the darkest night in Barcelona history for sure. And leave me your opinions. What do you think? What changes do you think need to be made for Barcelona to improve? Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, and subscribe. I don't know. See you next one, Blaugranas.